What up? Back at it again with another post-gym thoughts. And you know, I don't think there's ever a time when I'm never thinking of something self-improvement wise or something that will kind of help motivate you guys. And today I want to talk about the topic being, you really need to want this shit. And I'm not talking about like YouTube or anything like that, but when it comes to your goals, you really need to want this shit, because the reality is, man, the space between where you want to be and where you are is so potentially vast and so unknown. You might be on this journey for a long ass time. And when I think about the things that I want to accomplish and what I've been working on for a while now, I still haven't gotten to that place where I feel like I quote unquote made it, right? But it's within the journey that you realize this is what you need. You know, at the end of the day, all of this stuff is for character development, right? Regardless of what goals we want to accomplish, what we want to strive for, it's the actions and doing them and being consistent and following through with it time and time again that really makes the difference. Other than that, if you spend your days questioning when it's going to happen or working half-assed because, you know, you feel like the road or the journey is going to take you a lot longer, then you'll never make it. You know, and I think in today's day and age, as us men, there aren't a lot of people really wanting to help us. You know, there isn't a lot of encouragement out there. So you really need to be able to develop it from within and channel that into the things that you want. But the only way you're gonna do that is if you really want this shit. Like, dog, you have to want this shit. Like, this has to be the thing you eat, sleep, breathe, and shit for a lifetime if need be. Side note, I love when people see me recording shit. Like, what, you don't think people own cameras? Why is this still a weird thing for people? I don't know, but anyway. Like, dog, you need to make this your life's mission. Like, if this doesn't happen, then shit, you go on rope max. Obviously not saying do that. But with my own self, that's how I kind of treat it, right? Because it really is do or die, man. You know, no one's gonna come save you. No one's gonna come help you, and no one's definitely not going to feel sorry for you. No one's gonna save you. No one's coming to help you, and people will not feel bad for you at all. Because at the end of the day, we all have things that we have to accomplish, right? But there's only some of us, few of us, that really wanna hit that next level, that higher echelon. And I believe in you, man. I believe in y'all. You know, I may not know who you are, I may not have ever seen your face before, but if you're watching this video, I could only assume that means one thing, and that's you want more out of life. And I could fuck with anyone who wants more out of life. The people I try to stay away from are those that are okay with being complacent. And that's the next thing. I think a part of wanting to make sure that you really want this and being dedicated to it means you have to live in this kind of like mindset or like this mental atmosphere where you have to be willing to cut people the fuck off. You know, if people aren't supporting what you do and, you know, they're criticizing you, like people start hating on you, shit like that, then you absolutely owe it to yourself to step away from those kind of people. Because again, at the end of the day, the only person who's gonna save you is you. And if you don't help yourself, if you don't encourage yourself, if you don't muster up the courage for you to push on and press on when things get tough, when people start hating on you, when things start going bad, again, you're never gonna make it to where you wanna be. Oh shit. I almost choked. So with all my self-development videos, I try not to make them too long. But if I had to say in final words, hold up. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see him? This is another reason why I need to make as much money as possible, so I can move the fuck out of this neighborhood. Not that I have a problem with my neighborhood, but you know, I want to grow, man. You know, I want more out of life. I've been having such a desire for more lately such a hunger for wanting more out of life. And I love that. I'm not saying that I'm not content with the shit that I'm doing, but I want more. I want a little bit more. Like, don't you want more? Don't you want more out of life? Don't you want to wake up and like really appreciate who you are and what you do? How many of you could honestly say you are happy and content with where you are in your life? That might be hard to say. I know it was hard for me for a long time, but it wasn't until I started putting those action steps together and following through with my plans and making sure that, you know, the things that I wanted stayed top of mind at all times in order for me to get it. I hated my life. There are some moments where I still think to myself like, damn, this ain't enough. This ain't enough. Because the reality of it is, it's not. And you have to be hard on yourself. To an extent, you have to say, you know, yes, I'm doing good to an extent, I guess, like compared to other people, relatively speaking, you're doing good, but there's always another level. You know, there's been countless of times where I've had conversations with people about like finances and things like that. And side note, I'm not a finance professional by any means. I just like talking about money. And you know, a lot of times when I talk to people about money, they always compare themselves to poor people. And when they compare themselves to poor people, they're like, oh, well, at least I'm doing better than them. Yeah, no shit, you're doing better than them. They're not putting any effort in. You know, how about you compare yourself to not people like Elon Musk, but how about you compare yourself to people that are potentially in like an upper echelon? They're doing better than you, things of that nature. When you start comparing yourself to people like that, that's when you realize like, oh shit, I definitely need to get my shit together.
Still, everything was still.
Had to walk past that conversation, my fault. But yeah, you know, how about you compare yourself to those that are doing good or those that you feel inspire you? Once you start comparing yourself to those kind of individuals, then you'll realize you have a lot more work to do. And in short, that's all I wanted to say with this video. I believe in us, you know. Sometimes I'm a misanthrope. Sometimes I really do detest the human species. But if there's anything I learned about humanity by just being a human, it's that when we put our minds to things, we can accomplish great things, especially us men. Anyway, that was my message for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. We got the self-development course coming out really, really soon. Just trying to come up with a way to make it as effective as possible for you guys. So I'm going to be experimenting with that in the back end, but feel free to check out another one of these videos, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.